RPN, Radio Philippines Network Incorporated, DXKO. 13.68 sa dial sa inyong radyo. RPN DXKO, ang Radyo Ronda, dili sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Sibiyahan na may galaon sa katawhan, andang serbisyo sa tanan. Ang RPN DXKO Radyo Ronda, sakop sa KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Siguro po maikling mensahe galing sa DOH. Si Secretary Duque po nasa Lung Center. Inaasahan din natin magpapabakuna. Pero maikling mensahe po galing sa DOH, galing kay Director Dr. Paz Corrales.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Secretary Roque. Sa DOH po, gaya po ng sinabi ng aming butihing Secretary of Health, si Secretary Duque, this is a Herculean, a gigantic task. And DOH cannot do it alone. We have to be all in one. Gaya po na sinasabi ko parati sa aming mga code visit, we work as one, we heal as one, and we will bakuna as one. Magandang umaga po.
Okay, simulan na natin ang ating open forum. Yusek Rocky, alam ko maraming mga katanungan. Simulan na natin, tatlong questions galing sa iyo.
Hi,
Go ahead, Yusek Rocky.
good morning, Secretary Roque, sa ating po mga bisita. Ang una
Go
pong
ahead.
tanong-
Good morning, Secretary Roque, sa ating po mga bisita. Ang una pong tanong ay para kay Secretary Galvez, mula po kay Lanes Capanti ng GMA News. Secretary Galvez, ang tanong po niya, FDA approved EUA for Pfizer way back January 14, but it was only on February 11 that vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. told the Senate that the lack of indemnification law has delayed the arrival of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines from COVAX. Ano po ang mga hakbang na ginagawa ng gobyerno in between January 14 and February 11? Halos isang buwan daw po ito para makakuha tayo ng Pfizer vaccine galing COVAX if there was any.
I-correct lang po natin yung dates kasi ni-raise na po namin yung indemnification law nung first hearing pa ng Senate. I think that's January 15. And sinabi na po namin yan na talagang dapat pong magkaroon ng indemnification law considering that most of the manufacturers are afraid na magkaroon ng tinatawag nating liabilities from adverse effect. And yung nakita po natin nung unang negotiation namin ng Pfizer, hindi po nila ilalabas yung tinatawag nila na extensive indemnification agreement. That's why ito lang na lumabas nung nagkaroon tayo ng COVAX na darating na sila this coming February 15. Doon po lang nila inilabas yung tinatawag na annex sheet. So pati kami nabigla dahil kasi ang naghihingi lang ng indemnification na law or yung tinatawag na statutory law for vaccine is only yung Johnson & Johnson. Ang Pfizer, hindi niya po yan ni-raise. That's why nabigla po kami nung sinabi nila na we need to have an annex. And yung nga po, may meron silang pinapatanggal na provisions that we cannot do considering that this is only our protection sa kung just in case nagkaroon ng gross negligence. Yun lang po.
Okay, sa panig naman po ng Presidente, malinaw po ang posisyon ng ating Presidente, no? Yung ating batas po na pinasa ng Kongreso, yan po ay nagbibigay na ng lahat ng hinihingi ng ating mga vaccine manufacturers. We're very proud of that law, but we cannot give any more because binigyan na nga po natin ng lahat ng gusto ng mga pharmaceuticals. Inaasahan pa rin po sana natin na dumating ang Pfizer, pero kung talagang hindi po sapat ang batas natin, we have done the best that we could. At si Secretary Galvez po, sinisigurado naman that we will have enough vaccines for all Filipinos na pinangako po ng ating Presidente. Next question, please.
Opo. Ang second question po ni Lanes Capanti ng GMA News, nakabili na po ba daw ang gobyerno ng bakuna sa COVID-19? Kung nakabili na, magkano po ito at kailan daw po ito darating?
Secretary Galvez, nakabili na ba ho daw tayo ng bakuna laban sa COVID-19? Kasi donated itong una.
Nasabi na po kanina ni Mayor na talagang ang ating global supply ay talagang very acute ang shortage. That's why lahat ng ASEAN nation and even Muslim nations, ang Sinovac at saka yung ating yung Sputnik 5 ang available. Kaya po meron tayong procurement this coming March. Meron po tayong 1 million from Sinovac. And also, we are looking forward ngayon sa COVAX na 3.5 million na naipangako po ng COVAX at ng Gavi ay darating po ng first quarter din po.
Okay, Yusek
Thank
Rocky,
you.
last question bago tayo pumunta sa ating mga kasama sa Malacanang Press Corps.
Opo, ang tanong po ni Chris Jose ng Remate, para po kay Mayor Isko Moreno, gaano po kahanda ang mga Manileño na magpabakuna ng Sinovac? Kailan po kayo magpapabakuna para po mapataas ang kumpiyansa ng mga Manileño?
Thank you, Yusek. Ang Maynila, meron na po kaming 90,000 as we speak today na pre-registered under ManilaCovid19vaccine.com. Now, but before we go to that general population, we will continue to follow the directive of IATF that the vaccine that are available in Manila today and in the coming days will be dedicated to our medical frontliners, and kung sakali na meron pa rin matitira at hindi pa nagdesisyon yung ibang medical frontliners, gagamitin naman namin to sa mga economic drivers ng ating bansa o ng syudad, no? Katulad ng mga driver, vendor sa palengke, mga workers, and all other economic drivers after namin mapulfill yung requirements ng IATF. Third, magpapabakuna ba ako na Sinovac? Sa totoo po, gustong-gusto na namin ni Secretary Galvez ngayon. Kanina kami nagtalaga, papatira na ba tayo? Kaya lamang may tagubilin, so we continue to follow the system and the rules. Let the medical frontliners to avail it first. At kung ano matitira sa amin, yun ang titirahin namin. But tomorrow, Santa Ana Hospital will receive through Director Corrales and IATF and DOH ng aming share para sa aming medical frontline. Now, ang good news, if I can share it to you, I think as of yesterday, we have about 300 plus medical frontliners that are willing to get vaccinated through Sinovac. Ngayon, balik ako doon sa pagpapabakuna namin ni Secretary Galvez. Ako mismo ay magpapabakuna ng Sinovac. Hindi ako maghihintay, hindi ako magbabaka sakali, at hindi ko papabayaan o ikikipit balikat ang bigat ng eksperyensa ng mga na-infect ng COVID-19. Once it is available, we will acquire, but we will follow the rules. We will not violate it. And I hope by tomorrow, I'll get vaccinated of whatever is the remnants of available Sinovac vaccine for the city of Manila. Sa mga taga-Manila, kung kami ay ready sa pagpapabakuna, sabi po ng DOH, ang Maynila po ay pumasa. In fact, we got about 90% na approval sa aming plano. So we are ready to vaccinate. Ang kailangan na lang namin, dumating sa amin ng bakuna. Yun po, Yusek Rocky.
Salamat, Mayor. Salamat, Yusek. Melo Acuña naman tayo, Asia Pacific Daily.
Good morning, Mr. Secretary. It's a pleasure to see you at PGH. My questions first are for Secretary Galvez. If you may, Secretary Hari.
Go ahead,
Secretary
please.
Galvez, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Para po sa impormasyon ng ating mga kababayan, ilan na po kayang agreements ang nalagdaan ng Pilipinas upang matiyak ang daloy ng pagpasok ng bakuna sa Pilipinas sa mga susunod na araw?
Yung agreement po natin, tapos na po yung sa Seneca, kasi yun po agreement ng LGU at saka ng ano po natin. And then this coming March 1, itong araw nito, we will talk with Moderna kasi patapos na po yung ano, ng supply agreement po namin. And then also yung Johnson & Johnson's, dahil nagkaroon na rin po sila ng US FDA approval, ay inaantay na lang po namin yung final draft nila at pipirmahan na rin po namin. At ang susunod po yung Novavax, pagpunta nga po namin sa India this coming 9 and 12, pipirma din po kami ng aming supply agreement. At baka magkakaroon po kami ng another supply agreement para naman doon sa Seneca at Covishield na bibilin ng gobyerno doon sa Serum Institute of India. So yun po ang ano po natin. And then iniintay din po natin yung ating FDA sa Gamaleya, sa Sputnik V, para at least yung ating tripartite agreement with the LGU magsimula na rin po.
Sir Galvez, follow up lang. No? Sabi nyo darating within March din yung 1 million ng Sinovac. So ibig sabihin, napirmahan na rin po natin yung supply agreement with Sinovac.
Yung ating tinatawag nating PO, may PO tayo ng 1 million. Ang ginagawa kasi natin, ang agreement natin sa Sinovac, yung per PO, ibig sabihin yung purchase order, yun po ang kanilang proseso eh. So yung purchase order ng 1 million, meron na po tayong pondo doon. Ang pondo po natin doon is 700 million. So once na napirmahan na po namin yon, dadating po ang 1 million this coming March po. In tranches po, nakita po natin yung 500,000 ay isang malaking eroplano po yon. So in 2 tranches po yon.
So ibig sabihin, ang ating mga meron ng agreements, 17 million AstraZeneca, 25 million Sinovac, at inaayos pa natin yung sa Novavax, pagpunta nyo ng India, at malapit na rin po ang Johnson & Johnson.
Yes, ang Johnson & Johnson's, actually yung supply officer nila ay naka-embed na po sa atin para po pag-aralan yung ating logistics system. And then halos lahat po yung 5 na company na ating na negotiate, halos na po yun. Yung supply agreement, parang ministerial na lang po yun kasi na-discuss na po lahat. Ang lang po, tinitingnan po kasi, sa sinabi ko na sa una, hindi natin mapirmahan kung wala pa po talaga yung indicative date na po natin. Let us remember na yung yung pirmahan po namin ay talaga pong doon nakasalalay sa payment sa delivery. Yun po ang po natin. Sa ngayon po nakita natin dahil lang sa Seneca na delay dahil kasi nakita natin yung global talaga, yung global shortages na andun talaga.
Salamat. Yes, next question, Melo.
Secretary Galvez, Secretary Galvez, kung ganun po, is it safe to say na pwede na natin banggitin kung magkano ang halaga ng mga bakunang nalagdaan na natin sigun sa kontrata?
Sa ngayon, hindi pa po natin masasabi po yung dahil kasi katulad po ng Novavax, wala pa tayong final price. It may go down to $2 or it may go down to less $1. Pero ang nakita po natin, halos yung mga presyo po nun, very affordable and decent price. So wala po problema. Nagano po ako sa ating mga kababayan na yung presyo po na nakuha po natin talaga napakaganda.
Opo. Secretary Hani, para po sa inyo to add color to the story doon sa naganap kahapon, doon po sa diniliver ng China ng mga bakuna, if we are to quantify its amount, how much in dollar terms or Chinese yuan was it for the 500,000 or 600,000 doses of vaccines that arrived yesterday?
Ano pong tanong nyo? Magkano ang cost or what?
If we're to quantify in peso or yuan or dollars, how much was it?
Well, alam nyo po, I think yung dumating na 600,000, hindi po talaga po pwedeng ma-quantify in money terms. Ang importansya nung pagdating po niya, talagang gusto nang magbakuna ng mga Pilipino at nakita naman natin, nung sinabi nilang darating kahapon, dumating po kahapon. Beyond pesos and cents, tingin ko po yung pagdating na bakuna kahapon gives all Filipinos hope na matatapos na itong bakunang ito. It goes beyond kung magkano man per vial yan, dahil ang importante po ngayon, alam ng Pilipino, matatapos na rin itong paghihinagpis at pagdurusa natin sa COVID-19 at meron na tayong bagong pag-asa I would say the arrival of the Chinese vaccines is unquantifiable in pesos and cents.
Thank you very
Okay.
much, Mr. Secretary. Have a nice day. All the
You
best.
too,
Thank
Melo.
you.
Balik tayo kay Yusek Rocky.
Yes, Secretary, ang question mula kay Vance Fernandez. Ito po ang tanong niya. Andali lang po, Secretary. With the vaccines finally arriving, may you offer daw po a solid statement of final reassurance to those Filipinos who still are hesitant to get vaccinated?
Can I ask Dr. Salvania, our infectious specialist, to answer that question, please?
Yes po. Maraming salamat po. Ganito po siguro ang pinakamaganda nating isipin. Pag na-approve na po ng FDA, mayroon po tayong EUA, pinag-aralan na po yan ng ating mga dalubhasa, lahat po ng bakuna ay equivalent in terms of efficacy, lalong-lalo na sa pag-prevent ng severe infection. And so, like we said, the best vaccine that you can get is the one that is here, the one that is available, the one that is in your arm. Dahil hindi po natin alam, mag-delay po tayo ng 5 araw, baka mahawa tayo ng COVID within that time. Ganun po ang nature ng infectious disease. Hindi po ito parang sakit sa puso na pwede ka maghintay ng konti. Pag tinamaan po kayo, pwede po kayong mamatay. Every day counts.
Okay, thank you po. Question from Celerina Monte ng Manila Shimbun para po kay Secretary Galvez. Of the donated Sinovac vaccine, how many doses will be deployed to Visayas and in Mindanao this week?
Yung sinabi ko po kanina na yung deployment po sa Mindanao at saka sa Visayas, March 3 ang Visayas at saka March 5 ang Davao. Uunahin po doon ang Vicente Soto, mahigit na mga 1,000 po yung tauhan niya, at saka po yung yung ating Southern Philippines Medical Center. At kung meron pa pong sobra, bibigay na rin po natin yung mga ibang regions dito sa Region 3, Region 4A, and also Baguio City, and then also other areas na tinamaan ng ating COVID-19. At nakikita po namin equitable po yung magiging distribution po nito. Hindi lang po tayo Metro Manila, pati po tayo Visayas and Mindanao po.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you very much. Punta naman po tayo kay Pia Ranada. Go ahead, Pia.
Yes, can I just confirm?
Wala kang audio, Pia. Wala kang audio.
Parang meron naman akong audio.
Walang audio. Walang audio.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we
Hello?
can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, sir, tama ba you're going to get vaccinated in the next few moments, no? And then, can you just clarify, sir, because obviously not all cabinet members or national officials can get the Sinovac vaccine. So, sir, may we just know sino po yung cabinet members or national officials who will get this first batch of vaccines, and do we have a schedule for when they will get vaccinated as part of the confidence boosting program for the vaccination?
Ang alam ko po, si Secretary Duque, si Secretary Galvez, although as I said, he opted na mauna muna yung mga frontliners. And I have the data now from Director Gap Legaspi. We have vaccinated around 96 individuals already, no? In 1 hour. At this is a lot more than we expected. Doc, no? Tama ba ho ito?
So katulad ng sinabi ko sa iyo, nung una kami nag-survey, ang lumabas lang una 12%, tapos habang tumatagal, naging 8%, tapos ngayon naging 10%. So nag-prepare kami ng mga hanggang 50, 20 to 50 for today. But Dr. Homer ko, who's in charge of the micro-planning, said, hindi sir, palagi ko darating ang mga tao. And they did. No? So we're stopping it at 100 kasi po, pinangako natin seremonya lang ito, and we will prepare better for tomorrow. But we're happy with the turnout. 96 as it is now. We'll finish one. Tatapusin po natin yung 100 at bukas po mas papagandahin pa natin ang sistema para mas mabilis din po. Salamat po.
Si Secretary Vince Dizon sa Jose Rodriguez Hospital ay tapos ng mabakunahan at ako po willing ako mapabakunahan, kaya lang gaya ng sinabi ni Dr. Gap Legaspi, ubus na yung 100 nila for the day, no? So we will have to come back on another day. Next question, Pia.
Okay, sir, I also noticed, sir, in Vaccines are Galvez's list, no, sir. Wala po tayong parang date for Pfizer naman, sir. Can we just get an update on the Pfizer order? Where are we there, and do we have a date for its arrival?
Yung sa Pfizer order natin na ongoing pa rin yung negotiation, sila naman ang inintay natin kasi matagal na tayong nagsabi na yun na yung indemnification agreement namin. And sila talaga ang inintay na sa kanilang bola. And then with the enactment of the law na at least nakakaroon ng tinatawag nating conditional immunity doon sa ating mga vaccine, considering na meron tayong EUA na sinasabi natin na ito emergency utilization authorization pa lang, ay talagang sinasabi natin sa Pfizer na they are fully immune on any litigations because the government will take care of the indemnifications of those people who will have yung adverse effect. So sa ngayon, nakikita natin, para hindi naman magano yung mga tao, nakita natin na talaga yung supply ng Pfizer ay talagang in demand. And we should not expect na yung Pfizer ay darating sa madaling panahon dahil kasi nakita natin na halos lahat ng bansa ang kinukuha nila yung Pfizer at saka Moderna and also AstraZeneca. Yun po ang masasabi ko lang po sa ngayon.
Next question,
You mean,
please.
sir, can you give a definite timeline, sir? Bale, not to expect it in the first quarter of 2021. So, sir, you think it's better to expect it second quarter of 2021? Ganun po ba yun?
Ang nakikita natin, baka doon sa second quarter, yung COVAX ng Pfizer ang makukuha. But not on the procurement. Kasi sa procurement, ang sinasabi nga nila initially, third quarter at fourth quarter. Kasi wala na silang supply.
Okay. And sir, last question for Secretary Galvez. Sir, sabi ni Presidente kahapon na baka pag may meron siyang sinayit na figures na kung 20 million Filipinos ang ma-vaccinate, baka ma-lift na niya po yung mga restrictions on the economy. Sir, as the vaccines are an overall chief, sir, can you say, sir, around when this could be, like if you have a target, if the President says 20 million people to get vaccinated, when can we expect this number to be reached? And sir, can you then give a timeline of when we can expect the economic restrictions to be lifted?
I believe yung inyong tanong will be an IPF decision.
Thank you,
All right,
Pia.
thank you.
We go now to Trish Terada, please, of CNN Philippines. Trish Terada.
Good morning. Hi, folks. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Hello? Yeah. There. So, sir, first question. Do we have an idea? I think this is for Secretary Galvez, no? But do we have an idea as to how many healthcare workers signified to get vaccinated with Sinovac? And we're curious about the distribution process. Because, for example, sir, nabakunahan na yung mga nag-signify or yung gustong kumuha ng Sinovac. How are you going to distribute this afterwards? You said economic frontliners, but how will this go? Will they also have the opportunity to decline the vaccine without losing their priority?
Secretary Galvez and perhaps Director Corrales after.
Nakikita natin ngayon, baka kasi nakita natin ngayon ang magandang resulta ng vaccination dito sa UP, ay baka tumaas po yung level ng acceptance sa Sinovac. And considering also na talagang nakikita naman natin na maganda ang effect ng Sinovac sa Turkey at saka Indonesia, na more than 5 million na sa Turkey at 1.6 na sa Indonesia, nakita natin baka magkaroon ng tinatawag nating increase on the uptake of Sinovac sa ating healthcare workers. Sa initial natin, nakita natin na more or less out of 1.7 na ating health workers ay more or less 200 to 300 lang ang medyo possibility na sila ang kumuha ng Sinovac. But sa ngayon, hindi natin masasabi. Let's wait for siguro mga 2 to 3 days. Makikita po natin ang actual uptake na kung tataas pa po yun.
Dr. Corrales, if you could add, yung rollout specifically.
Initially po, hininga namin ng numbers of possible Sinovac vaccinees bawat hospital. We asked all the directors of the different level 3 and DOH government hospitals, ilan ang possible na magtatanggap ng Sinovac vaccination. Yun po, from there, kung ilan po, yun po ang binibigay namin na initial dose. And sometimes, if the supply is still there, we give them the second dose. Ina-allocate po yun. Kung ilan ang sinabi ng direktor ng hospital, ang possible na vaccinees, yun din po ang binibigay na number of vials. Yun po.
Maraming salamat, Dr. Corrales. Next question, please, Trish.
Yes, sir. Sir, I understand medyo na-postpone or na-delay yung AstraZeneca, but do we have any communication from
Hindi ka namin marinig.
the COVAX?
Hindi ka namin marinig.
Hello, sir?
Yes,
Can you hear me
better.
now? Hello?
Better.
This is better? Okay. So, sir, I understand yung AstraZeneca's arrival will be delayed, but do we have any communication from the WHO or COVAX as to when could be the earliest possible arrival, yung bagong schedule po natin? And ito po, yung distribution, paano po magiging distribution ito?
Secretary Galvez.
I was informed by the DOH that sa ngayon wala pa definite date. Nakikita natin ngayon talaga na sa reality, sa ground, na napakahirap ng logistics ng global pandemic natin ngayon. So we have to understand. We do understand yung COVAX kung gaano talaga ka-challenging yung kanilang trabaho ngayon because they are supplying the whole global community, and nakikita na ngayon ng natin is very indefinite. So sa ngayon, ang sa pagkakasabi po sa amin, indefinite, but hopefully this coming first quarter pa rin po darating po yun.
Pagdating po sa rollout, Dr.
Sir,
Corrales, rollout daw ng AstraZeneca.
Sir, we do not have a definite date yet for that, so we cannot answer that, sir.
Okay. Pero siyempre po, as far as the national vaccination plan is concerned, priority pa rin ng health workers, no? Hindi po mawawala sa prioridad ang health workers, at ang naging decision nga po ng IATF, po pwedeng tumanggi ang health workers at tanging mga health workers lamang ang hindi mawawala ng prioridad kung sila po ay tumanggi
Sir, we're
sa ilang
following
run.
may grouping po ng allocation, prioritization po. Kung sino po ang next in line.
Okay.
Meron pong ganun.
Okay. Now, next question, Trish. Trish? Yes, go ahead. Next question, Trish. Nag-freeze ka. Okay, babalikan ka namin for your next questions, but you froze away. Yusek Rocky.
Yes, Secretary Roque, may tanong tayo mula kay Joe Montemayor ng Malaya. After daw po ng rollout today, kailan po daw marireceive ng mga nabakunahan ang second dose?
Yes, Dr. Corrales or Yusek Galvez. Kailan marireceive ang second dose?
The second dose is given 4 weeks after.
14 days after. 4 weeks? 4 weeks ba o 4 weeks?
It's 4 weeks after the first dose.
4 weeks after the first dose. Okay. Next question, please.
Tanong po ni Vance Fernandez, when will the President's personal doctor come up with a decision on whether or not Sinovac is fit to be administered to the President? If the President does, will Secretary Harry Roque be providing constant updates on the President's health and effects of the vaccines on him, if it is to be expected, as he is constitutionally bound to keep the public informed of the President's health?
Well, of course, nangako naman po ang Presidente na kung siya'y magpapabakuna, it will be held publicly. Pangalawa, of course, we will inform you kung ano magiging side effects, if any, on the President Pero sa ngayon po, dahil hindi pa naman po siya magpapabakuna, that is moot and academic. At lilinawin ko lang po, ang nakasaad sa Constitution, may obligasyon ng Presidente isa publiko ang kanyang medical condition pagdating po sa mga seryosong pagkakasakit lamang. Okay? Next question, please. Trish Terada, are you back? Trish? Trish Terada? Okay, wala. Maricel Halili, are you in the house? Yes.
Hey
you
sir,
are.
magandang umaga po. Question po for Secretaries Galvez and Roque. Both Vice President Leni Robredo and Senator Kiko Pangilinan called for a further study of Sinovac. They both mentioned that Sinovac must have a positive recommendation from the Health Technology Assessment Counselor, HTAC. How important is the HTAC recommendation? Kasi sinasabi po nila both Pfizer and AstraZeneca meron daw po nitong recommendation na to. Is this a requirement?
Sir, or would you like me to answer that? HTAC. Okay, Maricel, I will answer that as the primary author of the Universal Healthcare Law. And we included that, and I remember the discussions in Congress, in the 17th Congress on HTAC. HTAC was never intended to have the same function as the Food and Drug Administration. Pagdating po sa issue ng ligtas at epektibo, yung decision po ng FDA remains. Bakit ba po kami nag-provide ng provision yan doon sa panukalang batas? Kasi importante po na masala natin kung ano yung essential services na ibibigay natin sa taong bayan na libre, ano yung non-essential na mga services at gamot. Hindi po natin ginawang intensyon sa batas na yan na maghuhusga ang HTAG sa naging naunang husga na ng FDA. At ipaglalaban ko po yan dahil ako naman po ang nagsulong ng Universal Healthcare Law. So, tama po, nakasaad po doon, meron silang rekomendasyon kung bibilin gamit ang pondo ng taong bayan. But the decision is still the decision of the Secretary of Health. Okay? I hope that is clear. At dahil ako naman po ang nagsulong niyan sa mababang kapulungan sa Kongreso at nauna kami sa mababang kapulungan ng 1 taon o 2 taon bago naipasa ng Senado yung version nila, eh siguro naman po, you can give me some credit na I know what I speak of. Dahil naging controversial din po itong HTAC provision sa committee hearing sa Kongreso. Okay, next question please.
Sir, opo, for Secretary Galvez po, can we have an update about the Sinopharm? Because the Food and Drug Administration mentioned before that Sinopharm still has to apply for an emergency use authorization. So what will happen kung hindi po sila mag-a-apply ng EUA? And another thing, since President Duterte expressed his preference to Sinopharm, meron na po bang update kung covered siya nung compassionate use license na
Ayun yung, okay. Okay, ganito po, no? Wala pa pong application ang Sinopharm. Although we have asked our embassy to facilitate the registration of Sinopharm, no, for purposes of an EUA. Patuloy pa rin pong pinag-aaralan ng Legal Department ng Palasyo yung issue if the President as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces can have Sinopharm under compassionate use. Wala pa pong resulta ang pag-aaral and we will announce it kapag meron na pong resulta.
Last question na lang po, sir. Follow-up lang po dun sa Pfizer. Following the passage of the Vaccination Act, does it mean that Pfizer is still demanding for a full blanket protection? What will happen if hindi sila nag-agree dun sa pinropose natin na indemnity agreement? What will be our fallback?
Secretary Galvez?
Meron pa naman tayong solusyon doon. Kasi katulad ngayon, mayroong sulat ang WHO kay CEO Borla na kailangan lang yung tinatawag na yung COVAX indemnity agreement plus yung side letter, ay pirmahan po namin yon. Sa ngayon po, pinag-aaralan po ng ating mga lawyers, and I believe pwede naman po mapirmahan yun. So yung isang nakatawag natin na remedy is to have that side letter. Once now we agreed on that side letter to be signed, it can be Pfizer can deliver. And also Pfizer, the Pfizer CEO Mr. Borla have promised that their commitment on COVAX that they will deliver the promised dosage that they have, yung 117,000.
Okay.
All right, maraming salamat po.
Ang next question will come from Trish Tirada dahil naputol siya kanina.
Hello, folks. Eto, better.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. Sir, habol ko lang yung question, no? Kasi this is technically the first legally administered vaccine. So what would happen, sir, doon sa mga nag-ship and got them illegally? Will the government be running after them?
Well, I don't know, quite frankly, no? But a compassionate use has been, permit has been issued to Sinopharm. And in law, there could be instances where we ratify, no, acts earlier done because of subsequent acts. But my initial legal opinion is it may have the effect of ratifying what had happened earlier, but I could be wrong, and that's my personal legal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Sir, but what I mean is, for example, for civilians who were able to ship it illegally or, I don't know, through some other way, so how will the government address that? Will the government still be running after them?
Garbold, can you repeat your question? Garbold.
I was meaning, sir, for the civilians. For example, civilians who were able, or ordinary citizens who were able to get the vaccines illegally, who were able to ship them illegally or administer them illegally, will the government be running after them? Because, sir, I'm asking that because paano na po ba yung magiging policy? If, for example, an individual has a capacity to bring in a certain number of doses for his or her family or for whoever, huhulihin po ba sila? Will the government be running after them as well?
My personal legal opinion, this is not yet the official legal opinion, but because I'm being asked as a lawyer, is that the effect of ratification will extend to all vaccines procured by the PSG only. Okay? Yes, Joseph, okay na tayo, Trish, no? I move on to Joseph
Sir, one
Morong
very
now.
short. May address po ba si Pangulo later, sir?
Ano na? Ano daw?
May address po ba si Pangulo?
Okay, we will have
May address
a
po ba si Pangulo
meeting with
later?
the President tonight, and yes, he will have his Monday talk to the people tonight. Joseph Morong, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, that will be briefing number 654 for us today, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
Sir, can I go first to Secretary Galvez?
Of course, please do.
Secretary Galvez, how are you doing?
Garbold.
Sir, hello. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me now, sir? Sorry.
Yes, Joseph.
Yeah, Sir, how are you doing? Nakakahinga na ba kayo ng maluwag, sir?
Medyo garble, Joseph, hindi namin marinig.
Okay, sir. Hold on. Sandali, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Ayan, sir. Sir, kumusta ka? Nakakahinga na po ba kayo ng maluwag, sir, ngayon?
Alam mo, yung once na dumating yun, yung vaccine kahapon, I think we all feel very relieved. I'm become very emotional dahil na talagang first vaccine na dumating. And alam natin na inip ng ating mga kababayan, pati na ang ating mahal na presidente. And then that doses of hope that arrived yesterday, talagang very, very emotional kami nila, Sec Duque, because the pressure is on us, and it unburdened a lot of sacrifices na nakita natin na talagang tuwa kami dahil kasi talagang at least meron ng vaccine para sa ating mga health workers. So yun po namin, naramdaman po namin.
Sir, yung next question ko, sir, medyo kung if possible, padahan-dahan tayo, sir, dun sa data, no? Because ang question ko, sir, is right now, yun pong 600,000 na donated vaccines, that's only for healthcare workers. And uubusin niyo po yan sa mga healthcare workers all over the country. Right now, your data is 600,000 plus 3.5 this coming, within March. So that will be 4.1 million for healthcare workers. So ang mako-cover po nun is around 2 million na mga healthcare workers. Tama po ba?
Yes, ang expected natin ngayon sa first quarter is more or less 5.1. Kasama dito yung 600,000 plus yung more or less 3.5 million from COVAX at another 1 million for our procurement with Sinovac. Ang pinaka-main objective natin talaga yun is to preserve the institution of the healthcare workers at saka yung mga hospitals natin. And at the same time, yung mga tinatawag nating mga government institutions will be preserved. So yung 5.1 million na yun is really intended for our healthcare frontliners.
So that will be, sir, around 2.5 million healthcare workers. Ang data niyo po is ang meron tayo na 1.7 million lang na health workers. So may sobra, sir, no?
Yes, kasama doon yung tinatawag natin mga government essential workers. Kasama po doon nakita natin yung mga ating mga barangay emergency response teams and also yung mga local government agencies na talaga nakita natin na pumupunta doon sa iba't ibang mga lugar na mga affected areas. Ang nga namin doon, ang recommendation namin, after the healthcare workers, ay isasama po natin yung mga influencers natin, yung mga mayors, yung mga barangay captains, kasi nakita namin talaga sa baba. Pagka once na ang ating mga leader ang nagpabakuna, susunod na yan. Sa military pa nga, sa infantry, follow me. Ang ibig sabihin, pagka nagpabakuna ang mga leader, they will follow.
Hindi. Okay, next question, Joseph. Wala nang question, Joseph? Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, for the mga ordinary individuals. Sir, meron pa, sir. Meron pa. Sir, meron pa.
Ang garbled ka eh.
Ito na nga po ang simula ng ating pagbangon, makiisa sa vaccination. Magbabalik po ang Laging Handa special coverage pagbabakuna kontra COVID-19.
Bakuna 101. Mahalagang impormasyon ukol sa COVID-19 vaccine. Ano ba ang proseso sa pagpapabakuna kontra COVID-19? Una, makipag-ugnayan ka sa iyong lokal na pamahalaan para sa pre-registered.
Nakikita po natin sa ating schedule, first quarter is magkakaroon tayo ng 5.1 million. Sa ating sa second quarter, ang expected po natin is more or less 26 million. And then yung main bulk ng ating mga vaccine will be coming sa third quarter at saka fourth quarter. So more or less, meron tayo na mga 50, so 60 million each sa third quarter and fourth quarter. Nakita ko yung sinasabi ng ating mahal na presidente. Sabi niya, nung una, basta meron tayong 2 million naka-standby na iyon, hindi na parang nauubos, ibig sabihin na susustain natin yun. Pwede na tayong mag-believe ng tinatawag nating face-to-face at saka mag-luwag sa MGCQ. Yung 40 million, I believe, baka na nakamali lang siya. Pero ang unang narinig ko, basta meron standby tayo ng 2 million at yun, masustain natin yun, I can already open the economy.
Sir, that's for the entire Philippines, not just NCR.
Yes, kaya nga namin, nag-usap kami agad ng Department of Finance, ng aming mga negotiator. Let's maintain na magkaroon tayo ng tinatawag natin, meron tayong tinatawag na standby stockpile na more than 2 million and above. So once we have that stockpile and we maintain it, 2 to 5 billion, we can now convince the President to open the economy and also have the face-to-face education. Kasi nakikita natin talaga, he also, talagang alam niya na, he was also realized na talagang nagkaroon ng contraction ng ating economy. Dapat alam natin, ang ating mahal na Presidente, nakikita niya, he is also sympathizing with the mayors, na sa kanya kasi buhay muna bago ekonomiya.
Nagbabalik po ang Laging Handa special coverage pagbabakuna kontra COVID-19. Tuloy-tuloy po ang pagbibigay natin ng pinakahuling balita at impormasyon tungkol sa National Vaccination Program ng pamahalaan dito sa public briefing #LagingHandaPH. Dumako naman po tayo sa mainit na usapin para alamin po yung magiging partisipasyon ng Philippine Red Cross sa umaarangkada ng National Vaccination Program ng pamahalaan. Makakausap po natin ang kanilang chairperson and CEO, si Senator Richard Gordon. Good afternoon, Senator.
Good morning. It's 10 to 12. Good morning.
Apo. Senator, ano po yung magiging role ng Philippine Red Cross dito sa rollout ng bakuna kontra COVID-19 at kailan po kayo magiging hands-on daw dito sa nangyayaring vaccination?
Well, wala pang sinasabi sa amin sila Secretary Duque. Right now, hands-on kami sa pagbabakuna sa measles at saka sa polio. So if we're asked to vaccinate dito sa tinatawag nating COVID, handa kami tumulong sa vaccination ng COVID.
Opo. Senator, nagkaroon po ba kayo
We're doing that all over the world, by the way.
Opo. Senator, nagkaroon po ba kayo ng pakikipag-ugnayan na rin kay Secretary Galvez kaugnay po dito kung paano daw po yung magiging sistema ng pagtulong ng Philippine Red Cross?
Noong panahon pinag-uusapan pag-usapan na natin yan, baka magkabiglaan tayo. Although Secretary Galvez is very busy, I also talked with Secretary Dizon. At ang sabi ko, we're ready to participate. Sabi naman nila, yes, pero wala pang specifics.
Opo, Senator, may mobile vaccine clinic ang Philippine Red Cross na ginamit niyo po recently dito sa measles, polio, and rubella vaccination. Equipped din po ba daw para naman sa COVID-19 vaccines gaya po ng mga refrigerators?
Yes, we have freezers. Lalo na, hindi naman kailangan ng freezer masyado dito sa Sinovac o sa mga ibang pinag-utos i-vaccinate. So, ang mahirap lang dyan yung Pfizer. Pero doon sa Moderna, meron kami mga refrigerators na hanggang minus 40 degrees.
Opo. Pero ilang mobile vaccine clinic daw po at volunteers yung nakahandang i-deploy ng Philippine Red Cross for the COVID-19 vaccination, Senator?
So far, we have about 3 vans, 3 buses na pupunta ron. Kung minsan napakalaki ng mga buses, hindi makapasok sa looban. So I suggest we just bring the vaccine to a certain area in a barangay para sa ganon, lahat ng magpapabakuna pupunta na lang doon. Hindi naman kailangan dalhin sa doorstep ng tao yung vaccine, pero kung maluwag ang lugar nila, dadalhin namin yan at kasama namin yan ang Berlina group of companies na sinasabi na katulong namin na nagbibigay ng vaccination.
Opo, last week na-mention nyo daw po na dapat ay payagan rin ang mga international human organizations na like PRC na mag-procure po ng sariling COVID-19 vaccines. Hindi po ba ito sakop ng kapipirma pa lamang na batas ng COVID-19 Vaccination Program Act of 2021, Senator?
Doon nakalagay yan, sa batas na yan, kasama yan. The Red Cross and other humanitarian organizations, mas marami magbabakuna, mas mabilis natin lalabanan itong sakit na ito. That's the only reason why I put it there, not just for the Red Cross, pero sa lahat ng mga national or international humanitarian organization, hindi naman marami yan, kung kakayanin lang tumulong, dapat meron silang mabibigyan sila ng kalakang permiso para maka-vaccinate. Pero siyempre, dadaan pa rin yan sa Department of Health at saka doon sa IATF.
Opo, pero ilan po yung balak i-procure ng Philippine Red Cross at ano po yung update doon sa pagpapareserba ninyo ng vaccine mula po sa AstraZeneca at Moderna?
Well, meron kaming reserve medicine, vaccine, pero di ba sa Moderna, sabi namin kaya namin ng 200,000, pero palagi ko hindi namin makukuha yan. Nagsisiguro lang ako na kahit na paano makakuha. Dahil ang unang-unang gusto kong matulungan ay yung mga frontliners namin. Araw-araw, humaharap doon sa mga tinatawag natin mga dinadala sa ospital at saka yung mga nasa laboratory. Pero naka-reserve kami, ewan ko kung bibigyan kami ng AstraZeneca at naghahanap pa rin kami kung makakakuha kami ng Johnson & Johnson, which is going to be very difficult. Napakahirap po niyan. Hindi naman ako naniniwala sa mahirap. Susubukan natin makakuha.